MP the King, you'd love to see it because he can sort of like evade and there's no clear hold except for the Minotaur na hawak nitong si Ogwen. The question is, can Falcon's AP Bren get a sweep and get more points on the board, or will it be Blacklist International going for Game 3? Rekta na tayo sa casters.
MP the King picking up a new hero, Lancelot this time.
Yes,
and for me, this Lancelot is more of an MP the King hero alongside the Ling, the Fanny, as we've seen him in the previous tournaments. What do you think?
Way better than Joy.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I'm not knocking his Joy, okay? I don't like the hero in general in the current meta, and I haven't seen it be too successful. So, now Lancelot, on the other hand, this is, yeah, more fitting, I would say, for MP the King, more fitting for the lineup that they brought to the table, too. And the Jawhead's done great, too. The way I look at it, Jawhead's been relatively good. They locked into Hylos.
Yeah.
So this is probably the best draft that they're going to get with this. Now, can they execute it? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, the first thing to do for Blacklist, obviously, is to really dominate the early game. This is a Harith going up against a Moskov, and we should expect Oheb to dominate up against a Moskov, especially since they have, as you mentioned, the Hylos and the Jawhead. That can actually... Speaking of Jawhead.
There's the toss right into MP the King. Oh! Ogwen, she's not going to be able to escape that. MP the King will grab the first blood. Great synergy there, I would say, with the toss.
This is what we're saying. The Lancelot. This is the identity of MP the King's. Oheb almost picks up Super Marco, but Super Marco was able to evade. Oh! Wait,
all right, he's fine.
He's fine, he's fine. That's bulletproof Marco we're talking about. But Haji, though.
Haji waiting around the corner. He might go in for this. Oh, man, Super Marco. He's got the help of Ogwen, too. They're going to push him off here.
And he doesn't need to go home because the motivational roar is there for Ogwen, saving up Super Marco with the Minotaur. But going back to MP the King, again, we will see the aggressive MP the King this time. Before, especially during week 1, he's been using the different kinds of heroes like the Nolan, even the Bane, which he's known for. But this time, this requires more micro mechanics. And with MP the King, we know how fast MP's hands are.
He can do it, definitely. But again, you're talking about Kyle Teasy here, who, if I recall correctly, is #1 right now in the league with the most Lord kills. Around 10, I think, and MP the King is #7, if I'm thinking that correctly. So, and he only has 2. So, you got to beat someone that's, you know, trained very, very long on this objective meta that we had before, as that first turtle is already going to be grabbed. So, Blacklist it seems like they want to look for plays elsewhere. You know, not focus on these early turtles, utilize the fact that they have a Jawhead even.
Yeah, ideally, you'd like a cross-map play whenever you're going to give up the turtle, but the problem is this is bulletproof Marco. Whoa!
Oh, there's a toss-up again. Everything in the kitchen sink thrown at Ogwen.
This is what you want from Haji, the veteran with the Jawhead, when in fact this is actually his second role in the Season 14. But look at that, the Frigid Glacier will be casted, but still alive for few. It was actually the Valentina. I forgot Few was using the Valentina.
Yeah, I know. And he's going to take that ultimate, you know, most of the time here. I just think it's funny, too. We have a full-packed house in here, and it feels like we're watching a thrill movie, like a thriller. With the screams that are going on here.
Yeah, especially coming in from Kyle Teasy, you know.
Kyle Teasy, I mean, dude, all he's had to do so far is just focus on the objectives. But at what point do you have to start to pay attention, you know? This Roger, whether it's in the jungle, whether we've seen it in the gold lane, it's such a pivotal part for a lot of the lineups that we see.
You know, for me, honestly, I'm just wishing for game number 3 because people are just coming in right now.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of audience coming in, so if you want to utilize or really wait a minute, because Flapteezy's in trouble here.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Penalty zone going to be used. He flickers out defensively. Glorious Pathway going to cut him off, though. Won't be able to retreat from that. They're going to knock up a huge one with the Neoid Fury. Haji has to flicker on the defensive, and now Delar could be in trouble. Kyle Teasy whacking away will take the kill, and now they're going to run down to Blacklist International a little bit further. It's a trade, though. 2 for 1. Haji could be next. They even the score. The 2-for-2 trade.
Blacklist was supposed to win that trade, but after the kill coming in from Kyle Teasy, again, it evens out. And this is what I like about Ogwen's Minotaur. They always have an opportunity to counterattack. Even if Delar charges with the Glorious Pathway, you're going to think, are you sure you want to charge up against Ogwen with a Flicker and Minnow and Fury?
I think that's just a It's just a decision you make. Once that pathway is dropped down, if
You
it's
have
not
to
backward,
commit.
you
have to
commit. You got to full send it at that point, and I think that's exactly the game plan here for Blacklist International. They're going to set things up, turtles up. You can also see Few grabs his own pathway. So we'll see how which of these teams decides to use such a strong and valuable ultimate, especially around the objectives.
Okay, so I think this time no Blacklist wants to contest for this turtle, as 4 members again are here for both teams. But then again, we can't forget Super Marco has the Spear of Destruction, so anytime Bulletproof Marco can actually join in the fight.
That's what they're going to go for. Turtle's going to be started up here too. You can see
Haji.
Marco has to go to the base, and there's the ejector toss-up that we're talking about into the Frigid Glacier. MP the King will get the turtle, and they call for the retreat. Oh, that Spear of Destruction missing, will not be able to join the fight. So hey, Blacklist International gets an objective, and they hold on to a 1,000 gold lead.
Okay, I think FCAP's plan here is to actually make a cross-map play right after getting out retreat by MP the King with the Lancelot, but Oheb is still aware of this. That's why he's still playing safe. And at the same time, Haji again, with the chemistry that these two players have built, they know that FCAP will play around the gold lane now to gain an advantage once again. That's why Haji making sure to take care of Oheb.
Oheb actually has a bit of a lead too in that gold lane. You can see this. Bottom turret's already going to go down here, so MP the King will be fine getting on out. But he has that Starlium Scythe too, so it looks like Super Marco's going to kind of respect that power spikes that's going to come through. Oheb will continue to lead, at least for now. Again, that's why you pick up the Harriet. But we'll see how it plays out in some of the team fights later on. MP the King, oh, he's going to get chased down. What a huge catch with the penalty zone from Flap Teasy.
Prediction by Flap. He used the flicker blindly, now concealed from Blacklist. But Ogwen and the rest of FCAP squad is ready for this. But going back, I hope we have an instant replay, because Flap Teasy predicted where that Thorn Rose will end.
Just an amazing, again, showcase of what these players on an individual level can do as well. And MB the King thought he was fine, you know, but even given that, Kyle Teasy was there to help chase him down if it needed to happen, but it doesn't tend to be the case. So now with FCAP getting a little bit of these, you know, kills here and there across the map, it kind of whittles down that gold lead that Blacklist International just had moments ago. And now the Turtle's going to be up here. Last one of the game. It's 1-for-1 in the Turtles. Who's going to grab this next one?
A while ago, it was Blacklist with amazing steal coming in from MP the King. But this time, FCAP, they don't want to make the same mistake of giving MP the King his momentum to bounce back. Haji has to be the main factor here for Blacklist to set up a beautiful ejector and unstoppable force combination. So far, FCAP still holding their ground against Blacklist.
You see that 1v1 action going up top too. Ultimate drop.
Haji.
There's the ejector we're talking about. Into the combo once again. Their own glorious pathway going to set up. The Spear of Destruction doesn't connect to join the fight. And MP the King bobs and weaves through. We'll be able to find a 1-2 down for FCAP. Turtle still for the taking. Kyle Teasy holding it together. Few on the backside, forcing MP the King back, but he can't catch up to him as he gets punished. And Kyle Teasy will get the objective. So once again, it's a trade for both teams. 3
kills for Blacklist for a turtle that they had to give up because of Few's distraction. But is it worth it though for Falcons? I think at that point, that was the play that they wanted to do, because we can't do anything else than just to secure the turtle.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here, brought to us by Infinix.
And look at the replay. I actually thought that Haji throwing Ogwen was him helping Falcons AP Brent, but again, the crucial thing was that the Spear of Destruction did not hit.
It missed by like
how many
hair.
pixels? A hair.
Let's just say it was a hair, or a couple pixels worth.
Yeah, a hair from Leo, yeah. That short.
That's tough.
Yeah, that was really tough.
Oh, you were asking if it was worth it, you know, at least, like, does FCAP, you know, they get that last turtle, but they end up trading 3 bodies for it. I think even at that moment, Kyle Teasy was just like, you know what, everybody, you guys do your thing. I'm going to get this objective, and then we'll readjust from there.
I was supposed to say something, but... And now Blacklist actually leading game number 2 here with a 2.4k gold lead, and looking at the items, so far, MP the King has that Thunder Belt, so you can expect him to be a little bit more tanky, and at the same time have that true damage. But the interesting thing for me, though, is the Hylos not picking up a Thunderbelt. Because we've seen numerous times, and especially in ranked games, that most of the time, even first or second item for Hylos is a Thunderbelt. Considering that Hylos is a really tanky hero, but opted instead for Dominance Ice. Again, I get it because you have the motivational role also coming in from Ogwen. Plus, you have to deal with Super Marco's attack speed.
Yeah. I mean, part of it, too, is they've got enough damage here.
Yeah.
On like Blacklist International, even Xort, just picking up the Divine Glaive. That's kind of what they have, and so at this point, you saw the build that Dalar was going with, and you can kind of have some flexibility with it this time around. Look at the control that Blacklist International will have for this first Lord here.
Okay, now Flap TZ surveying the scene. Now finds out where Haji is hiding. A while ago, the last two neutral objectives, it was Haji actually starting things off. And now with this flicker ready, I think the KDA machine can actually make a play here and extend Blacklist's lead by taking this Lord.
See if they do it. Flap also. You got to pay attention to two things from FCAP, Ogwen and Flap. Where they go and how they respond, because it could be Haji that starts the fight, starts everything for them. Dalar, pretty half health. He is holding on still to the Revitalize too, so half health nearly on the Lord here. Super Marco pushing up on the top side. There it is, the initiation from Haji. Flap TZ goes in with the penalty zone. They're going to battle it out. They're going to go for it. They get the knock up. Here's the Spear of Destruction. It'll land this time. Super Marco joins the fight, unleashing on Haji. Haji flickers out, but MP the King will go down. And FCAP on the chase. Only one down for Blacklist. Make it two as Bulletproof Marco picks up the second kill.
This time, the Spear of Destruction hits at the right moment. And props to Few for actually getting that turtle. Although Kyle TZ was there with the Lycan Founts in, it was still the captain who made sure that FCAP will secure that Lord. And again, props also to Flap TZ. That was a good penalty zone onto the backline because that setup coming in from Haji was more than enough for Blacklist to gain the lead. But with Flap, he turned things around.
Yeah, again, you always got to pay attention to Flap in the penalty zone, and now on the base defense, Oheb drops down to Zalman Force, forcing FCAP to back off. And with that, they'll clear the Lord out. They'll hold on to the base turret up on the top side. They'll lose these tier 2s, though. Last one in the mid lane. So for Blacklist, can they hold on to the base turret? It looks like they're not going to be able to as FCAP goes and clears it out! Flap again! Multiple member penalty zone as Super Marco unleashes on the backside, finds all the targets that he's looking for, and Kyle TZ will pick up a double. Great placements there from FCAP.
That was value for the first Lord. They got 3 kills plus the inhibitor up top. And now Falcons AP Bren, when you thought Marco was just focusing on the tower, Flap TZ says, no, we want more action right now, and Few zoning out Haji here. It's going to be a huge, hard defense for Blacklist.
They might actually punch this one in. Oheb waiting for the rest of the team to come up, but all the turrets going to be expended down. Takes a couple shots at Few and forces them back here. So Blacklist International will hold off Falcons AP Brand at least a little bit longer in this game. But look at the items here. Look at the difference in terms of even the economy now. 6,000 gold ahead for Falcons AP Brand.
This is what you don't want. You're up against the Moskov. You're hard towards the late game. Moskov is really leading. A couple of one core item left for Super Marco. So it's really going to be a challenge for Blacklist how to contain Bulletproof Marco. Although the first 3 neutral objectives, Marco wasn't there. This time he's making his presence felt for Falcons AP Brand and MP the King here going up against Few. Blacklist, they can actually do a pick-off here with Haji. But the problem is, FCAP is starting to group up. FCAP is starting to do the overstrat that Blacklist is known for.
And if you look at it here, Ingan, like, Blacklist International has not been able to get a kill on Kyle TZ. They have not been able to touch Super Marco because most of the time he's farming in a side lane, joins the fight. And so you're really wondering, how can they find one of them? MP the King being pretty aggressive here. He's going to have to back off. He uses the Phantom Execution. Pick it out! What a shot from Super Marco as he picks up the kill. You thought you could get away, MP the King. You can't escape that one.
Super Marco proving what he said during his interview, that he is the best of the best among all the gold laners in the world with a crucial Spear of Destruction. This is up against MP the King's Lancelot. I'm just lost for words for Super Marco. I'm Super Marco now because I have nothing to say.
Dude, when Marco does stuff like that, it it brings me back to the time when you see a stone cold face like it's just another day for Super Marco. Perfect target, MP the King results into a Lord, and now this could be a game-winning push. They're so far ahead. Blacklist International probably feeling a little demoralized after what they've been trying to do. Are they going to be able to defend this?
Oh, they have to watch out for the initiations coming in from FCAP and Ogwin as well.
There it is.
2 glorious pathways have been landed here.
There it
Ogwin
is.
flickers in.
Ogwin already goes in and pops the winner's crown, gets one knock up. Delar on the front side of it, but FCAP jumps in on the back side again. They're going to be able to find 2 already. MP has to heal up, but it might be too late. They get the shutdown, but the base is already going to be worked on, and that is it.